Hey, dude.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very clearly. You have a nice mic, no?
Yeah,
Okay, nice, perfect.
thank you.
Okay, so how do I call you, by the way? Do I call you TK, Tefkappa?
Yeah, I prefer TK to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, I will go with TK then. So, TK, let's see what you sent me. So you're playing on UNE, started playing on season 7, and so you only played Tryndamere basically. You started in season 7 and then played Tryndamere from season 7 to 13.
Yeah, so my brother actually got me into League when I started playing, and he told
Okay.
me, "You know what champion you would like? You would like TRYNDAMERE. Start playing him." And I'm like, "Okay, I can try him out." And the second I noticed like his ultimate was just like not
Not
dying.
dying.
Yeah, I was like, as a beginner player, I was like, "Okay, this is OP. I'll just play
Yeah.
that." And then I started ever since playing it. I mean, I've tried different champions still,
Yeah.
but it's got to the point where I'm very comfortable with my trainer, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, nice, perfect. And how did you go with like learning on Tryndamere? So did you watch a lot of content? Did you play by yourself? Did you watch like Fogged into like Ranger, all shit like that, or do you like do it your way?
Yeah, I did watch a lot of stuff, to be honest. A lot of pro players playing trainer. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't find many like Fogged. I watched a lot of Fogged, and yeah, I mean, I still got my own experience and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just from keep playing it, finding out the matchups. What works best for you, what doesn't.
Okay. Okay. And also, I was curious about something before we get into it. So you're in Germany, but you're playing in EUNE. Is it like a choice, or is it because you're on the east part of Germany and you're forced to play there?
No, actually, I'm not forced. I could play on either server. I have a Europe West account.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I'm from Greece,
Oh, okay.
so I moved here to Germany like when I grew up, when I was like very little, and yeah, since a lot of my friends are from EUNE, and I still have friends on Europe West, but I don't play League as much, so I'm focusing on the EUNE where I have friends we play together and stuff.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice. And then like the last question, like, I mean, I will have like tons of questions during the whole session, but right now, like, do you have like any objective with this coaching? Like, do you have like, is there something you want to work on? Is there like a particular rank you want to get? Like, do you have any objective regarding the game?
Yeah, like honestly, just making myself more adaptable to mid and late game. I'm having really trouble with knowing when to actually participate in a team fight, or the team fight is not gonna work either way, but you can get a lot more by split pushing and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit hard for me to like make that decision whether to participate or whether I should just split push and my team cannot do a 4v5, or they would rather come back for me to defend the base, stuff like that, the decision making probably.
Okay, nice. I can definitely like help you with that, I think. Okay, so we're doing live game coaching, right? You're gonna play
Right,
live.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can start sharing your screen, go into queue, and then we will keep doing a bit of talking until we find the game.
All right.
You play him top, mid, both.
I play both, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I started off as a top laner, so I'm just a top laner.
Okay, let's go for top then. Giga chat top lane. Uh, up, full screen, and hide this so we have you on full screen. Nice, the quality seems good. Yeah, it seems to be working. So yeah, you can start looking for a game.
All right.
Alrighty. Okay, I would just have so just to give you a bit of context, like how I'm gonna do it. Um, I will have like 2 exercises first, like for every single coaching, and because I think like everyone should do that every game. The first exercise, like I would love for you like to do what they call the thinking. So doing the thinking, it means that starting in champ select, and kinda like I would say like when to start, and then I would like to tell me like every information you can think of regarding the game, like regarding of course your matchup, but also like the other matchups, the game in general. How do you feel about it? Like, you know, like the information that you see and you think can be useful for the game, you just say them out loud, you know.
Okay, yeah, I get that, yeah.
Yeah, so this is gonna be important. And then the second exercise, I don't know how much you do it, but of course, like it's fundamental for every single player in the game, is gonna be jungle tracking. So if you could be like just a bit vocal about jungle tracking in the first like few minutes of the game, so I have an idea of like how you do it personally. Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, how I approach my live games, like during the game, I try not to intervene too much. Of course, like I don't want to pilot you. I think it's bad coaching when I'm just telling you go there, do this, do that, etc. I will ask a lot of questions though. Like what are you thinking about now? Do you have a plan? Where are you going? Do you think you win that 1v1? That kind of things. If you can try to think out loud as much as possible, that would help me a lot, but you're not forced to do it like because it takes some focus. We're not like used to like just speaking while playing. So yeah, if you can do it, like please do it as much as possible. But if you like don't feel like it or need to focus, I would just ask my questions and get the information that I need. And it will be like good enough for me.
Okay, cool. Yeah, about that. Yeah, I would have a lot of questions in game as well, just to see how you would be thinking to play the situation. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure. You can ask me anything during the game, and I will answer like all of those for sure. Okay. And another thing, because we still have a bit of time, regarding the builds, do you have like a go-to build to try to adapt? Do you have like any preference?
to be honest, since yesterday I've been watching you. I watched the grasp against the Malphite
Yeah.
build. So I've tried that. I played like 7 games, I think, and I lost only 1.
Let's
So
go.
it's fair to say it's a pretty good build, and
But I
yeah.
don't think you should do it into like, for example, Garen set like
Yeah,
bruisers, right? Like
no.
it's insane against tanks. It makes TRYNDAMERE actually work into tanks.
Okay, so I would ban Tam Kench here. I really don't like the matchup against
Okay.
Tam Kench.
Okay. Well, Tamken, for example, is another matchup where like I would go grass because otherwise, like if you go lethal, you can kill him once or twice before level 6, maybe. But then he buys some armor, he goes stab by wardens, and you're useless basically. So the way to be useful in those cases would be like to bring him on side, out rotate, he TPs, you bring him on side again, out rotate, and then you have 20 seconds to fight. And that's the way to play with lethal, basically. By the way, I'm seeing a TP. Do you play TRYNDAMERE with TP, or is it because you were playing another champion?
No. It's it's the default for top lane. I don't know.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking right now is I have a Soraka and a Zed, but we already have a Master Yi, and so they already have a lot of attack speed. I'm really curious to see what the top lane will pick. Okay, so they pick a Mumu in the jungle maybe. So okay, it's a dodge, okay.
Yeah, that's why I actually don't like to do too much thinking in champ select, because sometimes, bro, I'm like thinking about the game, minute 5, 10, 15, and then late game this happens and I have a clear plan, and then the game just dodges, and it's super sad. One quick thing already that I can see, I think it's a bit of a like. Why did you ask to swap pick orders here with the Master Yi?
You know what? Actually, I actually don't like being the first one to pick TRYNDAMERE into like a blind jungle or top lane, because I think it kind of bothers me that, you know, either the jungle can either counter pick me, or the top lane can just go a Sion, or I don't know, something completely broken that I feel like I will have no good impact on the game. So, you know, I see what the others pick and I'm like, okay, so the jungle already picked. Do you like maybe want to swap because you know what you're playing against, you know? So I asked them, and you know.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna tell you like not to do it. I just think personally that it's a better mindset for solo queue to like put yourself in difficult situations.
Mm-hmm.
And actually like tank the pick and like be the one, because if you're picking last, it means that someone has to pick first in your team, and and
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and you'd rather like be the one that's tanking the tough situation, like kind of like the shonen mentality, you know, like in an anime, etc., you know. But I'm not like, it's not something that I'm telling you should do it or you have to do it. It's just what you should do though is like hover Tryndamere, because you never know, like maybe someone just got shit on by a Tryndamere and is gonna want to ban it.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you mean.
But other than that, like it's just like a personal point of view, and I think it's always better like to learn and to progress on the game, like to put yourself into tough
Mm-hmm.
situations. Like I actually like decided a few weeks ago to stop like banning anything and just ban whatever my team asked me to ban, because I
Oh,
was like,
really?
well, if there's a tough matchup, or for example someone says in chat enemy team has Fiora OTP, well, good. I don't want to ban his Fiora. I want to play against his Fiora, because I'm gonna learn the matchup more by playing against a good Fiora. You know, that kind of mindset. So yeah, I just put it out there, but of course, like you don't have to. Like this is not a must. It's not like not crashing a wave that you should crash or anything. It's just general ID.
Yeah, I understand. So I have a question actually. What would be your like your most uncomfortable matchup to play against with Tryndamere? Because like for me it would probably be like a Nasus or a Norn maybe, but I want to see what your point of view is, like the
Okay.
hardest matchup for
So
Tryndamere.
it used to be Malphite, but then I discovered like you can out impact Malphite with Grasp and split push and Hullbreaker, etc. So now I'm happy to play against Malphite actually. Then it used to be Jax also, but I realized that Jax players are not that good, even like until like low GM, etc. Like you can always outplay a Jax and snowball, and it feels good. Like it feels good to outplay a Jax and to win the matchup. So I stopped banning Jax. Then there's Fiora. Fiora right now is my ban because I don't have the best ping when I'm on stream, and sometimes I have, and like you need to have like the absolute best ping into Fiora, because it's like so demanding. But I think the worst matchup, the one that puts the most pressure on me, is actually Nasus when you think about it,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like you're forced to shit on
The
him,
W.
and even if you shit on him, like he's still gonna outscale you at some point. Like
Yeah,
I've been 1v1 by Nasus that were like 0 and 8 and 100 CS behind, but just like the kit is designed for Tryndamere. Like their kit is like an anti-Tryndamere kit. So yeah, I would say Nasus, especially because they upped his ult recently. So the best thing I can do against Nasus is like stomp him and then build the QSS actually, so you can QSS his W. If you have
so
enough
I
gold to go
actually
crack and QSS.
okay. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So I actually have a pretty lucky pick here. I think Kale is pretty weak early, and that's the counterpart of me. I think I'm super strong early.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have thought of just start by pushing the wave a little bit, and then level 2 all in. I would actually force an all in level 2.
Okay.
That's how I cheese them basically, and I get first blood every time. But
Okay.
that's just how I do.
Okay. 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 Give me a second. So there's always a bit of a latency. Okay. So can you start doing the thinking right now? Like I asked you, like about the game in general.
Yeah. Okay, so she's level 4, which I don't know if it tells much, but actually wait, let me think if I have a professor. Okay. So the thinking would be um she has flash TP. Yeah, I would feel really confident if I yeah, that's just basically how I have lethal tempo, okay. So they're not pre-mates with the jungle. Um 86% win rate though. I have to be a bit careful. Okay, I would start Doran's Blade actually. I think I have to be aggressive early, um, in order to kind of get the snowball in. so she doesn't. I could even go Kal, but I don't think that focusing on farming is the way to go in this game.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so you're gonna look to like get the push, so you get the level 2 in vintage, and then go for first blood, like maybe kill her, she's her level 2, right?
That's what I was gonna go for. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what would happen then? Let's say you done that and you killed her, then what happens?
She will probably TP back to lane immediately. So my focus there would be probably to push the wave into the turret and then get a quick recall in, maybe get the spend the gold and then go back fast enough so the wave doesn't crash, I think.
Okay,
And just
nice.
it stays back in the middle, yeah.
Okay. Also, the game is gonna start, so if you can just tell me a bit about like the jungle tracking, and then I will let you like play your game, of course.
The jungle trekking. Okay, so the path would probably be for him. He will do his red side, then come back to blue side, and possibly try to contest the scuttle. So what I'm hoping for is maybe if I have a good lead on top side, and if it's on time, I hope that I can maybe help him with the contest. So right
Okay.
now, just trying to pull the wave to me for level 2, so I have a lot more space to go. I got the bone plating, so I feel pretty confident. Just trying to stack my fury. Mm.
Okay, what's the plan now?
So the plan now is actually just push the wave in and go for my with Master Yi maybe to contest the. Okay, I'm giving her a freeze now, so I have to kind of full push or out sustain her. Just kind of. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Okay, so they didn't freeze.
Mhm.
Okay, now it's gonna push back to me. So no. She's gonna go back. I'm trying to keep at least 4 minions, so maybe I can freeze it. She will get item advantage on me, but you know, I think I'm full health. I can. She's Kale. She started with cold, so I think even with item advantage, I will have. Oh, yeah, she TP'd back. Oh, okay, we got flash. I still have the wave. Okay, it's gonna push. No, what? I'm trying to keep the wave in this good spot right now. I don't want
Okay.
to.
Yeah, that's the main objective here, because like she's doomed, right? At that point, you have
I
a
would
flash
think so.
advantage.
Yeah, yeah. Like she got. She TP'd as well back to the lane. So. Oh, shit. Alright. So I'd say this is pretty good for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just last hit the minions. You know.
'Flame purified. 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 'Flame
Really nice.
She's coming back to collect the XP. I'll actually... okay, never mind the waves here. I would drag it a bit back if I could, but... I'm
Okay.
trying to zone her out a bit, but, you know... Well, the good thing here is that she can't farm, so the call doesn't have any effect right now. I'm trying to get her to miss the cannon as well. Okay. She missed the cannon. I have level 6. I have ghost up. Maybe try to slow push the wave into an all-in, I'd say. Okay, so she can't do much right now. I would... About jungle tracking, I'm not sure where Diana is at this point. I didn't really pay attention to... I'm trying to look at the lanes now, possibly figure out where Diana is. I have no vision in my jungle. Okay, I have full fury. Diana is middle. I will dive her, I think. She has no 6 yet. I'm level 7. I will pop ghost and just kind of auto attack her.
Yeah, Tryndamere moment.
Trying to push the wave as fast as I can. Oh, I can get the plate.
Did we see Diana? Do you know where Diana is?
Um, no, that's why I'm gonna go back. Have a lot of gold, boots for sure, and maybe recurve bow. And I have a lot of attack speed, so I think a bit of AD would be good. So what do you think the item the item choosing was good enough? What would you say?
In that game in particular, I might have actually went for Gale Force.
Okay, straight out Gale Force. Okay.
Yeah, because you're snowballing so hard and you're shitting on her, and you like what you need to do in this matchup is like just stick on her basically.
Mm-hmm.
And also they
Okay.
only have Leon as a like really tanky champion, and the rest of them is squishy. So, but I think it's decent.
Okay, she got level 6. She wants to punish a bit, but
What's your plan now?
wait for ult, and if she steps too close, just W in. Just waiting for that little mistake. She still wants to farm, but nope. Okay, maybe if she's too greedy and pushes the wave. Okay, he's asking for I have ghost again in a bit. Okay, well, I pinged her to be careful. Just a W for the AD decrease. Maybe it will be harder for her. I wanna slow the wave as possible. I'll place my 2 wards down because I have 2 wards. I'm not using them. One for that, one for that. I could also take Herald because it's a big thing. Because now we have both Herald and Drake, you know. So he's gonna try and look for kill, but I have E, so. Oh wow. He's gonna try and proxy me or what? Trying to sustain a bit through the heals, you know. I have a lot of gold, so I'll probably take it back because I have a. I would go Kraken for sure. I'm thinking, and then. Well, I don't have gold for anything else, but you know the thing is that I really like the Navori how it gives you the reset on your E. So the ability haste is really good, but you know the Gale Force is pretty much for the dash, and I think Gale Force got nerfed as well, didn't it?
Oh yeah, it
It's a
got nerfed
hundred.
hard then. Yeah.
It's a 120-second cooldown, so I would go Navori this game. So I have ult again. Um, I'm looking at the plates here, trying to see if they are close to getting first turret, but they're not, which is good. Okay, Diana is mid. I'm gonna take a plate. And I'm actually gonna help the mid with the Herald, because I don't think I need help to top lane. And I don't want to overextend either. So if I get the turret, I will overextend towards them. And since it will fall soon, I want to take the gold from the plates too. So I'm losing the wave though, so I'm gonna go head back. Just trying to snowball as good as I can. Okay, bot lane is good. He's trying to come, but she obviously has a ward here. Okay, I lost one wave, but Eric got turret. We got the plating gold. Diana is mid, I just saw her and on the map. So Ghost and this is Ghost and all in. I'm 2 levels ahead of her. Okay, I got the. Okay, if she. Okay. Okay, so she slowed me there, so I didn't think popping the ghost would be efficient enough. But right now I'm gonna hard push the wave, hard shove, and actually never mind that. I can, I can. Okay, so she's chasing, but I have E. She flashed, she ulted. I don't know how I survived that, to be honest.
Yeah, the level up got pretty lucky.
Yeah, I was thinking I could have died because I saw Diana mid lane, but I don't know how I didn't think she would rotate that fast. Okay, I think that's worth it.
Yeah, it ends up being pretty worth.
mm, yeah, but that was a big mistake. Like I could have flashed on the Kale, maybe E'd out, but I was a bit greedy there. I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me on that one. She has no ult. Okay, I think this is game, to be honest. 19 versus 3. Okay, I'm dead. Israel got the bounty. Okay, I'm seeing now they have a lot of AP. They have 3 AP. Okay, which I'm not sure if for my first 3 items it should be a problem. But maybe then... okay, that was a bad play. Okay, Drake is a possibility here.
Okay, so where are you gonna deploy yourself and why?
I'm probably gonna ask for, put pressure on the top lane since the Drake is up. So just going opposite of the lane because Kayle is bot lane. So I really don't know who's gonna come top lane with me. Diana is bot, Ezreal is mid. So I think just putting pressure on the map is a good way right now because somebody's gonna defend bot. And just get a tier 2 maybe. Okay, so I don't see anyone on the map right now. So I'm just gonna quickly push the wave and then... Okay, so I see Ezreal and Diana. So they're coming for me. So, okay. So Diana is here, but I wanna get the second Herald, to be honest. That would be really worth. Okay, so they're gonna push. Okay. Okay, Diana is top. I know this is a risky play since Diana has smite and I don't, but she's 1 and 5. So, okay. Gonna drag it out a bit. Okay, she got it. Unlucky. Bot got tier 2, but Israel is...
Okay, so now the Drake is gone, the Herald is gone. So what are you gonna do next?
So everyone is bot side. And actually they're recalling. Okay, now with the Drake is gone, I'm gonna focus on hmm. If she comes for me, I will loot. I didn't have Q. Okay. Bad play. I think all the lanes are pretty pushed right now, so...
What's the next objective on the map?
Baron?
Okay, so how is your best way of helping to do Baron?
So I'm pretty far above of the rest. I have 2 items, so I think helping the team would be better than just me split pushing. Is that like a good call? With
Yes,
bot?
it is.
Okay. Okay, so I see that everyone is going top, bot side. So I'm gonna try and help them, but I'm gonna ping that we should Baron, definitely. I'm gonna push this wave here. No, we should definitely. Okay. So Diana is playing top side. I see Kayle there. Okay, Master Guido is not coming. I'm gonna place a ward. Uh, okay, that's a good call. We should push top. Okay, we should definitely kill her. And then get Baron, I think. Will be the best. Okay, now we should definitely Baron. Okay, I don't know what Ari is doing. Katarina is... Okay.
Okay, what now?
Drake.
Mm-hmm. How do you help
Recall.
for the Drake?
How do I help? I could get a tier 2 on the top side. Um, but I'd much rather help my team at this point because we have... I mean, I don't know if they have trouble. They don't seem to have any trouble, so I'm just gonna split push top. So because someone has to come defend it, so that would leave them with a free Drake. Cause it's not even a soul point, so I think even if they don't get the Drake, one Drake for them shouldn't be a big problem. But yeah, right now they're just pushing into a fight, and I'm just opening their top. Yeah, see, so they're pretty much all dead. Okay, so she can't reach me. They're gonna push mid too. I'm just gonna stay here to give the Baron buff to the minions. Okay, she's gonna. Okay, this game is over. We're gonna get another in him. I'm looking for an E flash if okay. So this game is over.
Okay.
And I'm dead.
Yeah, you had to give me
Oh.
content, right?
Okay. I'm not sure if the items had any effect at all at this point. So after the two basic items, the Kraken and Avori, I think the best action would be just going for the attack speed. So the Phantom PD. Wait, it's not over yet. What? Yeah, it's over, but
I feel
maybe
like
you have
I
What?
feel like because you have the gold for a full item, it would probably give you like a bigger spike at that point. Like
Yeah.
you kind of have to think about like what are you gonna do with your next play, like who are you gonna actually hit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can build whatever at that point, of course, like as long as you build something.
Yeah. So I would feel really confident going for the PD and the
Okay,
Tiamat.
okay.
Okay.
I feel like a play that I would have maybe done. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bit, but you could actually like go full break or even like sell your Navari for Triforce or something.
And just go
Why?
for the Nexus.
Because yes, that's what you're gonna hit next. Yeah, like, you
Okay.
don't have to
Okay.
team fight. You don't have to go crazy. So maybe I would have even sold my Navari.
So actually, I understand my mistake now. This game could have ended like a while ago if I didn't greed and go into the Ezreal and I kept my ult.
Oh, of
So because
course.
my ult was coming up, so I could have just waited for my ult and then went in, and I could have secured the Nexus. But now this game is taking longer than it should. Hmm. Okay, she's going in. Fuck it. Okay.
Okay, nice.
GG.
GG. Okay, can you... So you can stop sharing your screen now. And... Okay, can you open my stream? But like, don't put the sound of my stream because then you're gonna like hear it twice, of course. But
Yeah.
are you on my stream?
Yeah, I'm on your stream, but I have the audio muted.
Okay, nice. Well, I'm gonna show you. So the game was not that long and it looked like a stomp. And I'm gonna show you all the little things that I've been able to write down.
Okay.
So we have good content. It's a good thing. It's a really good thing because all of these are like opportunities for
Oh
you,
wow.
like
Yes.
to get better at something. So usually when the game's like is too much of a stomp or in one way or another, I would say like maybe we play another one or something. But here I feel like I have way enough content, and I will try, of course, to like explain you and show you like play by play like what I exactly mean by that, so you can take it for like other games, other situations, etc. So yeah, this is meant as a good thing. It's a sign that we have good content. So now I will actually share my screen on Discord so you have it in real time. Screen 1, go live. So yeah, you can go watch my Discord stream. And to review the game, I will go here. I actually have to go here first because my internet cut again. It's really sad. Is that you? Yeah, that's you. That is you. Okay, before we go in it, before I do my thing, do you have like any thing, like any question, anything you wanted to talk about first regarding the game, or should I start?
No, man. Really, like I understand some mistakes I made. I mean, I'm just wondering what you have to say.
Okay. So let's go. I mean, I'm gonna take them like chronologically, like the things one by one that I saw and that I think you can or should do better. So the first thing came in with the thinking. Like, of course, I didn't expect you like to do the thinking perfectly. Something that's really good. Oh, I don't think you have the sound if I share my screen though. So maybe if I go here and I stop streaming and I stream again, but I stream the app. This, maybe then you will have the sound so you can hear yourself in the past. Do you hear yourself?
Okay. Like if I talk? Yeah, I can hear. The thinking would be
okay, yeah. Amazing. So let's see real quick what you did regarding the thinking.
She has flash. I'm sorry.
We're just gonna listen for a second to like what you said.
The thinking would be okay. She has flash TP.
Okay,
I'm
good.
not hearing it. Yeah, I would.
Oh, you're not hearing it.
If I... Oh no, it's because you're streaming Discord and not Twitch. Okay.
Oh, wait, am I?
Yeah, I can hear myself talking on Discord, but not my Twitch.
Oh shit. So apps. Oh yeah, you're right. That's what I should be streaming. Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, so they're not pre-made with the jungle. Okay, yeah, I can hear it now.
Okay. So
okay. Yeah, that's just basically how I have lethal tempo. Okay. So they're not pre-made with the jungle. 86% win rate though. I have to be a bit careful. So
I mean, I'm gonna get here. So I told you so about the thinking, and you started saying like she has flash TP. Okay, that's a good information. So you know like she doesn't have ghost to match your ghost, so you can go for all ins easily. And then you tell me a bunch of information that are like worthless, and I will explain why. For example, you start talking about like she's due or she's not due with the Diana. You start talking about her win rate. She has 86% win rate, so I should be careful when it's actually like 7 games played. And even if it wasn't, like it wouldn't matter too much. The reason, like the general idea why I think it doesn't matter, all of this information. And also you say, I will open Professor, like open Professor. You said like she was level 4 at the beginning and you don't know like I feel like when you're playing this game and you're trying to learn at it and improve at it, you should always be ready to play against the champion you're facing and the champions, but never against the players. Like I will explain like with a simple basic concept. Everyone does less than what their champion can do. No one plays it perfect. You take Faker, you take Chovy, like no one plays their champion to the perfection. Everyone does less. But also something that is true, no one does more than no one does more that what their champion can do. Or than, I'm not sure. Okay. Meaning that if you're prepared to play against the champion and know your matchup perfectly and know like what the champion can do, nothing can happen to you. If you start thinking about the player, let's say for example it was like me on the, I was the opposite Kale, and then you open Professor, and then you see that I have like a 90% win rate, etc. You'll be like, oh shit, I'm against a Smurf, I should be careful. But Tryndamere shouldn't be careful into Kale in the first few levels. Like your plan of getting the level 2 advantage and going for an all-in, it works because Tryndamere beats Kale level 2. Even if the guy is 100% win rate, you still beat him level 2. And the opposite is true as well. So we don't care about who's duo with who. We don't care about, like, you should care about the champions and how you interact with them and the level of the guy and the professor bullshit. It's like I really don't like these apps. I mean, they're good for some reasons, but I feel like it's a bad reflex to have. Because that's one common rule at any elo, any game. Everyone is gonna do less than their champ. No one can do more than their champ. So now I will tell you, of course, like I'm not just gonna say like it's not good. I will tell you like how I do the thinking, and you're gonna see that it's like how far you could go because during that time you didn't have the time even to talk about the other lanes or the 5v5, etc. So I would be like, okay, it's Tryndamere versus Chaos, so I shit on her at pretty much any stage of the game. I should still be careful about the level 1 all-in, because if I get too cocky and try to level 1 her in her way, she's gonna actually win it on a long trade if she has her wave with her. So I can look for the level 2 advantage, and then Kale, my ult is like 6 seconds and her ult is like 5 seconds, her ult is 2.5, so like you can like just stomp her and perma kill her. Plus she has TP and not Ghost, so it means that, well, like if I trade flashes, I would have some advantage. Then their jungler is a Diana, so Diana is not that good before the level 6. She's gonna look to like power farm and then get her level 6 and then look to team fight. Do they have good team fights, by the way? Well, they have Leona, they have Katarina, which thrives on resets, and they have Diana, and they have Kale that could be good later in the game. Okay, interesting. We have a Yi. What does Yi want to do? Yi wants to power farm, get level 6, and then like scale up in the game. Okay, so the two junglers wants to farm up and scale up, so they're not gonna be too aggressive early. Mid, we have Katarina into Ahri. Katarina, it's solo queue Katarina. She can always 1v9 the game if she gets a few kills, so we need to be careful for that. Ahri's playing Ignite, she's playing Ignite as well, so mid is very volatile. So if we can get a mid ahead, it's probably gonna snowball pretty hard, because if an Ahri gets ahead, she can still like 1v1 the Katarina after level 6, because she has Ignite, etc. Okay, and then bot lane, Kai'Sa, Nico. Well, Nico is also pretty aggressive, she has her Ignite, and it's also 2 ranges against 1 melee and 1 range, so bot should have Prio in the early game. Ezreal is looking to scale, but he doesn't have like an enchanter with him. So I don't think it's the best synergy on their bot lane, while our bot lane, it can be very aggressive and can be very dominant. So I think that he should be playing bot probably, because I can win my 1v1 solo. I don't need him to win top. So I would want he to play bot. And I think that later on, like, we should be able to win, but we need to be careful not to make the game last too long, because Kale is very dangerous after level 16. She can 1v9 the game. It's always a dangerous champion. Now, I'm not saying that that's what you should do. I'm saying that that's what you should practice towards. Because of course I'm able to say these things because at some point I was like, I don't know how Diana works as a jungler. So I observed Diana or like watch some Diana content, and then I was like, okay, Diana is actually really weak in the first few levels. And she's enabled after level 6, and she's bad when she's against like solo or 2 targets. She's better like in team fights. Like the more people she hits with ult, the happier she is. Like I didn't know that. I think it should not cut anymore. So yeah, you were saying that you know most of them, but can you still hear me? Hello, hello. I'm actually disconnected. So let's see. I'm live on Twitch. 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 Okay, I'm live on Twitch, and now let's look at Discord. Maybe. Hey. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes,
I'm
so sorry about that.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay.
It should be the last time it happens. Okay, so you are saying that you know most of them, but
okay, I don't really have that much knowledge on Diana. I didn't really know that she was weak early. I mean, I know her abilities and stuff, but the most important thing when I was looking at the loading screen, I did not think about the team fight synergy that they could have possibly in the late game. I didn't really think of that.
Okay. Well, so basically, like, my point is you should try to uh, use your like brain processing power when you're getting in the game to think like all the information that you can get because you know them. You have to observe them because like you can know that Ari Katarina matchup goes in a certain way. If you don't look at it or think about it, you're not gonna know it during the game. Like you're not gonna be able to play according to it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
really important to observe. And if you observe the things you don't know, you will be able to observe the things that you do know. You will be able to observe the things that you do not know. And by observing that, okay, I don't know this, you will naturally try to learn them. Does it make sense?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
okay, well, so that's my whole point about the thinking. In your following games, try to like do it because I know that sometimes we get in autopilot, and I even like sometimes forget to do the thinking, and I just start doing my laning phase, and then there's a Twitch jungle that comes on my lane level 2, and I just die because I didn't like even look at who the jungler was. So try to first like do it, and also try to do it by focusing on the champions. Don't look at the names of the guys. Don't look at the elo. Don't look at the levels. Doesn't matter. Like I've been picking GM. Sometimes I play like a bronze player. Like it doesn't matter. The champion is what matters. Okay. So that was like
So
the
the
little
thinking would be.
intro. That was the little intro, and then we're gonna get straight into the game. So that was the first thing: play against the champion and not the player. By no professor, I'm not saying no. Like, don't focus on that. You can use it if you want. Like, I'm not gonna make a war on professor, even if I kind of want to. But yeah, don't focus on that. It's not the useful information. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the game. And the first thing that happens is, of course, like the jungle tracking. And regarding the jungle tracking, something that's really important is that you keep in mind both sides of the jungle. So you told me about Mastery. You told me Mastery is gonna path to top lane, so he's gonna be top for Scuttle, so maybe I can help him contest Scuttle, right? Um,
Yeah.
but did you have the information on where Diana started?
I mean, yeah, I did because Kale was top lane, so she started at her blue buff.
Okay, well that should Kel being top lane is not like enough of a reason. Their bot
Okay.
lane came in late also because sometimes more often, and the higher you go in elo, the more you have junglers not getting a leash. Like I haven't leashed my jungler in like the last 30 games, only once because I wanted to like concede prio. So I don't leash anymore, and the higher you go in elo, the less people are gonna leash because it gives information about the jungle tracking. And it's so bad. So here, the fact that they came late might be information, but like even better step would be to actually check for their mana bars because they would have spent mana to pull. Because sometimes they can just fake pull, and Diana could actually start up. But okay, so let's. So I don't know if you consider that bot lane came in late, but if you saw Kayle coming to lane and bot lane coming to lane as well, you cannot say that Diana is starting bot because you don't
Mhm.
know. So
Okay.
you didn't tell me this, so I don't know if you took this into account, but you should. It's important. Okay. So now let's look at that level 1. So you decide to get the level 2, but you say something that you want to pull the wave on your side so you get more space. But by doing that, the only issue is that she gets level 2 at the same time as you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a big deal because of it. 2k doesn't do much. But now what is a big deal is like a mechanic that you need to keep doing as Tryndamere that's super important. It's really good that you took the bone plating out. Is the classic, it's very classic, every Tryndamere player should like know it and do it all the time, is the dash in through the minions that will get you the level 2 and level up your Q spell before your first auto attack.
Oh, okay.
I do this all the time. I mean, in higher elos it doesn't work, but just it's gonna go real quick. I'm just going on an Unranked to Masters video. Let's go this one. I don't know that I'm doing it, but I mean, of course, if I'm gonna, okay, if I kill level 1, it's not gonna work. But okay, you get the ID. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Yeah, yeah.
so here it's really important that you check your XP bar. You know that 3 minions get you level 2, so you can actually prep this minion, prep this minion, prep this minion, and then you dash in on Kale, and she would actually think, well, I'm level 2 and he's level 1. First, like you see, like you actually didn't get the level 2 advantage because you decided to keep the wave on your side, and then boom, you should be clicking here. That way you can even like auto this one to make sure. So here you auto E in and you get level 2. You level up because you have do you have like your levels up set up with a shortcut?
No, I just use Control Q.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, yeah.
So you dash in, Control Q, and then when you auto, you have the extra ID from the Q. And also you surprise her because here like she's not gonna be surprised. Still, Kale messed up big time here. Another important thing into with Tryndamere is that your E is not used for damage. Your E is actually a gap closer. Like 90% of the time. Your E, you use it for damage only when you have like Navori and like you know you're gonna reset it and you know that you can stick on your opponent and he doesn't have a flash, etc. So your E is to gap close. Here, do you need to gap close?
No, not really.
Yeah, so she's in melee range and you E.
Oh.
So your E could create that much distance when she was already in melee range, but now you do a short E and now you auto and now you have to ghost for distance and she flashes out and yeah, now you cannot keep chasing her. If you started with auto attack and ghosts, you could like hit a few more auto attacks. Even if she flashes, you could be able to follow her flash, and even if like she doesn't die, like you could get her like really low, really low without even flashing still. So yeah, if you don't need your E to get close, do not use E. She made the mistake by starting in melee range, so you can start hitting her and then keep your E to follow her flash, basically. That's the point. Okay. Does it make sense? Like, do you see it?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I see it now, yeah.
Okay, nice. So now, because all of that happened, now we're in this situation. So in League, like, you're supposed to have a plan and you had a plan. And that's why I asked you, because you can always go one step further. You told me like you are going to look to kill her, and then I asked you, then what? And then you say, she's going to TP back, and so I have to crash the wave and take a base and spend my gold, and the wave would be pushing back to me. That was really good. Now, it didn't work, you know, like you didn't kill her. So now that's the situation with the wave. So you have to decide, what are you going to do with this wave? So if you look at it right now, what would you say? What would be the plan now, looking at that?
I mean, it looks like it will be pushing towards her.
Yes. So is it a good thing for you?
No, not really.
Okay, how do you fix it?
I mean, I would say you have to crash the wave before the other one comes.
Mm-hmm.
So the next waves come in the middle and they start from the start again.
Well, this is not even what would happen. If you crash this wave, her next wave is gonna get caught, stuck on your wave that is gonna be under turret, right? It's gonna like not go in the middle. So your next wave and her next wave are actually gonna meet here and not in the middle. And because they're gonna meet here, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, she can freeze it then.
No, it's gonna push to you. Okay, so that's really good that you don't know this, because it's like basic Tryndamere fundamentals, like top lane fundamentals, so important on Tryndamere, because you have no TP, you have to know your waves perfect. So I'm just gonna spend a bit time on that. Let's say you crush this wave, right? So it's gonna take you a bit of time. During that time, the next wave of Kaylee and you will be like around here and here, right?
Yeah.
So you see my mouse, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so her wave is gonna be stuck a bit on your turret, because now the minions don't, like, they will keep focusing the turret because they change how minion aggro works. Like, once they start hitting a turret, they would not switch aggro. And then, so you have two like full HP waves that will meet here. And what I'm saying is that it pushes into you. The reason is, look at that, why later do you say, I want to keep 4 minions to have a freeze? You say this. I have to keep 4 enemy minions. Well, so you're saying this, like in a minute you're gonna say that, but right now you say that even waves can make a freeze. The reason you need more minions, it's because when 2 even waves meet there, well, first, this wave, the red wave, is gonna hit first, because your wave is gonna keep running for a bit, and this is gonna hit first. But the next wave is gonna hit first also. The next red wave is gonna hit first also. And this way, it's gonna actually push to you. I mean, I will show you with clear examples during the game, because it keeps happening, etc. So it's really important that you notice that if you crash this, you actually get a bounce back. You get to spend the gold. You have what we call a cheater recall. You're gonna get to spend the gold. You can buy boots or you can buy a longsword, and then you're gonna come back to a wave that is on your side of the wave. Again, I'm gonna show you more examples of that. I'm not expecting you to have fully understand that already. Okay, so now we're seeing it and we're like, well, it's so pushing to her and we don't really like that because we don't want her to hold a freeze. So you have 2 options to fix that wave. It's either you're gonna slow push it, so you're gonna just last it and crash this wave plus the next one, or you're gonna crash on that wave. If you crash on that wave, the good thing is, as you said, at that moment you are thinking that Diana is pathing to top, and you are, and it will mean that you're not in a risk of getting ganked. You have a ward here already. So if you crash the wave, like if Diana shows, you just walk back, and if she doesn't show, well, you just crash your wave and you're fine. By crashing the next one, you have a bigger wave with you, which makes you a bit stronger, but it's gonna delay your crash, and then maybe Diana can come. But the good thing is that Mastery can come also, for example. I could go more in depth. I could say that even like you could look to crash this one and even dive the kill and trade kill. It would be a good kill. I could say that you could like crash that wave and then look to invade Diana, but like let's not go too far. Like this is good enough. So here you see it, and from what you see and from what you know, you're like, I should crash this wave. But during the game, it's not what you do. You're waiting for the next one, or like you're slow pushing. So now we're in that situation, and guess what can happen, or what ends up happening? Well, now you're giving time for Diana to actually be able to come.
Yeah.
Thing is, I wrote it here as a mistake now. You win this 1v2.
Oh, because of the wave.
You have a potion. You have 800 HP. You're TRYNDAMERE, so the lower you get, the more AD you get, and you're not even low yet. You're close to level 4, so by killing this minion, if you get another kill on one of them, you get level 4. So you get the whole HP, stats, etc. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus a cannon. You have 9 minions with you, which matters a lot at that point of the game. You shit on them right now. So maybe you don't know it because you don't know that Diana is actually like weak early or something. But here, like, that's the advantage of slow pushing a wave. It's like Kayle is weak early, Diana is weak early, and I know that from loading screen. So yeah, here, like, you can actually like hard win this. You just have to stay in your wave. This guy has no flash, so if he gets if Kayle gets in range to hit you, well, you just kill her because she has no flash. And if she doesn't, well, it's a 1v1 against Diana, but you have all of this with you. So it's not a 1v1. So it's winning like either way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just happy that you see it here.
Yeah,
that big of a wave, that early in the game it matters a lot. It matters a whole lot. And you shit on them. Okay. So we end up like respecting. Okay, why not? And then you play for what you planned for, which I'm fine with, which was this scuttle, and you look for scuttle. Why not? But you end up like you didn't like fix the wave correctly, etc. But it ended up being fixed, sort of, and now you have a bit of time on the map. And you decide to go and help that mastery. And now we have Ari pinging, and we check on Katarina. So my point is, I think you can look for something here. Once you've done all of the like quote unquote mistakes you've done, remember what I said level 1 when you were talking about like Professor and win rate about Kayle, etc. Well, I was talking about how mid is ignite versus ignite, and it's very volatile, and if one gets ahead, he can snowball really hard. And now you have a situation where there is a Katarina, very low HP, and if a charm hits, and also your wave is good, because now what we talked about happened. Let's look at top again. So you're gonna check top at some point. See? So now this minion wave is getting held on these minions. So it's gonna be even waves meeting here, and it's gonna push naturally to you. So now you have a bit of time. You have a bit of time on the map. Like, she's not gonna be able like to crash it fast enough. So you have a bit of time. So that time could be used to help on this Scuttle, but I think it could be used to get a kill. Maybe you even get the kill, and then like you could say, I don't want to put my mid laner ahead, I want to be ahead me, etc. Well, you at least get an assist here. Maybe. It's not certain. My point is, you can look for it. I think it was a decent play.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, as we planned, this is pushing to us. I don't think... Okay. I understand that you ping Master Yi back because it shouldn't come right now. It should wait for this wave to stick here, and then for K to come back, and then make a gank. Right? That's what you are pinging, right?
Yeah. Like, okay. I wanted to keep the wave.
Okay, nice. For me right now, even after all that happened, it's game over. Kale is fucked. Right? Because she has no flash. She has to walk up and fix this wave. But if she fixes this wave, it means that she's gonna be standing here at least to hit the minions. And then you can just run her down, basically. And even more if Master Yi is there. So let's see if it's really game over. And it ends up like being sort of game over. So here Master Yi is there. You should go. I don't know, like you were a bit late on that. Because here like you're in E range already, but you end up like clicking back. Yeah, and now you're not in E range, neither in W range. So now you have to E to W. Yeah. And see how much distance she created? So what was it? Did you not see Master Yi? Were you not convinced about the play?
No, I was more focusing on the wave, to be honest.
So okay, so the thing that's actually important here is that you look at your next wave. Okay. That's actually what matters, because you don't want this wave to crash into your turret. That's what you're focusing on. Yeah. So you have to ask yourself a question. Will this wave, the red one, kill my blue one before my next blue one comes? That's the question. If the answer is no, you can forget about the wave. You can fight her fully. And what would be the answer here?
I think it will last long enough for the next wave to come.
Yes. So that's what you should be focusing on right now. I like the idea of, I don't want the wave to be fixed, and I'd rather have a good wave than have a kill with a bad wave. I like that. But the thing is, you still have a good wave because this one is gonna come in time. Okay, so you can fully focus on Kale, and because it's a cannon wave, this wave is a cannon, it's gonna take forever for this minion wave to kill yours. So yeah, you can commit on Kale here, and you should commit on Kale. Okay, so this actually denies you the kill, because here you would already be standing on her, Wing her, Master would be able to cut her, you still have your flash to follow, and yeah. You shouldn't be scared of this 2v2 again. So she flashes, it's still good. Okay, now we're gonna get into another like general mistake that you make. So now Master Yi goes, he trades a bit more HP, and we still have a really good wave. Now, for example, it's good to be a bit concerned, and then you realize, wait, okay, well, these minions are still full HP, this wave is coming. So now, my whole point is, your freeze, you do it by standing here. My whole point for the next like 1 or 2 minutes is, first, do not thin the wave too much, like it's okay, like, you're standing here, for example, to kill that minion. I mean, he ends up being under turret. Okay, this one, you're standing here. My point is, you could be standing here.
Oh, okay.
So maybe not right now because a wave is crashing, so you let the wave crash. Now the wave has crashed, so these minions are focusing your wave. So now you could actually deny experience to Kale. Here you're only denying her gold, and you're talking about the coal that is not being stacked. Okay, really good. That's nice. And now she shouldn't even be able to get XP. What I would do actually is I would put a ward here. So I would see like if she's like still standing in lane or if she's looking to go mid, do something else. But here she shouldn't be able to get experience. Also, I wrote here 525. Boom, E again. Look at that. You have your E.
I can't see the notes, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And even if you don't E again on CD, just keep standing here. Deny her experience. Whenever one of your minions is gonna die, you just walk up and you don't even let her like, yeah, get in experience.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? Do you see it now?
Yeah. It gets it. It makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So that was also minute 6, position behind the minions, up. And now you decide that you're gonna have flash and ghost, and you decide to go for a slow push into a dive. Well, my point is like if she gets in W range, like she's dead already, and then you can keep the freeze. Like you don't even have to like push, because like the risk of diving is that after the dive you will have like 1 HP, and if someone comes, if Diana comes or if Katarina comes, like you get killed. But it's fine. It's still a decent plan. But at that moment, you tell me something. I wrote it at 6:30, so I'm gonna put the sound.
I didn't really pay attention to. I'm trying to look at the lanes now, possibly figure out where Diana is.
So right now, you don't know where Diana is. You're telling me you didn't really pay attention and you don't know where Diana is. So I'm gonna give you a very basic, very fundamental of jungle tracking. Can you right now, like looking back at it, can you guess where Diana is?
Let me see. Yeah.
Where would she be? Where do you think she would be?
I would probably say top side, because you can see that the blue buff will be spawning, and she's gonna go towards mid to farm her top side.
Yeah, so the easy thing about jungle tracking is that most of the times in lower elos, even in higher elos, what happened first? Master Yi, he went bot to top. And what did Diana do? Bot to top. Okay? So then what are Master Yi and Diana do after their first clear? After they done bot to top. So boom, they did bot to top and they fought for Scuttle. Then what? Master Yi is basing, Diana is probably basing, and now they're gonna do bot to top. That's it. They're gonna clear, and if Diana match Master Yi early on, she's most likely gonna match him for the first like 2, 3, maybe 4 clears. So you could actually track Diana by tracking Master Yi at that point. Just like that. Just because you see Master Yi going bot to top again, you kinda know that she's doing the same. And look at that, Master Yi is actually going through mid on his way bot to top, and now Diana is going through mid. Whenever a jungler is doing top to bot, well, after he's gonna do top to bot again. When he's doing bot to top, she's gonna do bot to top again. And so you can just look at your jungler. If they did opposite clear, when it means that when your jungler is bot, the enemy jungler is top, most likely. And while they're doing similar clears, it means that they're matching. That's simple.
Okay.
And it will be enough until like low diamond probably, or even like high diamond. Still, now you have the so push, so you have the kill. And now, oh, okay, so I asked you about Diana, it froze a bit, but yeah, she was actually dead. My point is you don't have to go for that wave. It might mess up a bit with your tempo. So here you went for the plating and for the wave. The whole point of why I maybe wouldn't go for it is because it means that you're gonna clear that wave and then you're gonna get a plating and then you're gonna base. So it's gonna be enough time for Kayle to like respawn and go back to lane. And this wave is a cannon wave, right? So it means that the next wave is not a cannon wave. You know how every when cannon waves spawn? It's every 3 waves, right?
Yeah.
So it means that Kayle will have to clear a non-cannon wave in order like to have a crash again. and it's easy to clear a non-cannon wave. It doesn't take too much time. When it's way harder to clear a whole cannon wave. And here, like, you could, like, I would actually press base here. I have enough gold to buy something that I want. Like, I would buy tier 2 boots, double AD, and then come back to a KL that's pushed in and look to kill again. But you can go for both. Like, it's like good plays or bad plays for different reasons. It's just important that you understand them.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. As I said, I don't want to talk too much about the build. The build changes over time. She ends up like being pretty, but you see what I meant? And now look at that. She had a crash. Yeah. Now she has a good wave.
Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't have went for the wave and the blading. Okay. I'm happy that we have like the clear example of it. I mean, it was pretty obvious. Okay, and now, so we don't know where Diana is. Most likely Diana is top because she was going bot to top and then she got killed on her way mid. But because her like bot camps respawn, maybe she's still bot. Like, here we don't know. So if we don't know, I think that we should consider that she's here. That's why I'm happy that you don't go for an all-in because your ult is not being up yet. And now you can play a bit crazy. Okay, now there's a few things. Looking back at it, so let's look at the waves again. So this is a cannon wave. So this is not a cannon wave, and the next one is not going to be a cannon wave as well. I don't know if you keep that in mind during your games. Like, is the next wave a cannon wave or not? Or do you like kind of just see, oh, it's a cannon wave, and then you adapt? What happens most of the time?
Most of the time, I first see that it's a cannon wave, and then I adapt, kind of.
Okay.
I don't really pay attention to it in the back of my mind.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's gonna come with time. The more you focus on your wave states, the more you're gonna be forced to actually think about like cannons or not cannons. Okay. Now, what I'm saying is that mastery is top side. You're already like you're shitting on that Gale. Like, you're shitting on her. Like, it's already like TRYNDAMERE, even if you're even, you shit on her because your ult is like twice the duration and she has no tankiness. As long as you can stick on her, you're fine. As long as you don't get kited by her slow and her movement speed buff. That's why I'm saying like maybe actually go Gale Force to keep the snowball going. Here I am seeing two plays and you did the third one. so what can you imagine as plays that I would call for? You have to take into account mid, jungle, and top. And I'm seeing three plays.
Yeah, like mid is trying to push. The jungle is top side. Maybe I should push the wave and go with them to the herald, and then we can secure it.
Perfect. That's a really good call. What will be the second play that I'm seeing that will be more focused on top side and on like stomping?
Okay, slow pushing the wave. Wait for Master Yi to come top, and then we can dive her with my ult.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Those are the two plays that I was seeing. Both are really good for different reasons. Herald is safer because, as I said, we don't know where Diana is. So maybe if Diana counter ganks, maybe it can be a bit risky. Well, I don't think it is. You're level 8. You're gonna be level 9 on the crash. You have a bot. You have your like. I don't think it's risky at all. But Herald is safer and it's guaranteed gold and experience. But diving is giving you more rewards because you can dive, kill, get a plating, and then still go for Herald, and then put the Herald somewhere, etc. So yeah, that's those are my calls. And what you did is you actually just reacted to Master Yi doing this. So I am rating in live, ping you for a dive. And now because you're slow pushing this wave, because if you want to go, oh, by the way, if you want to go to Herald, you need to hard push that wave. And if you want to go for the dive, you can either hard push if Mastery comes straight, or slow push and then go for Mastery. But here we're in a really like weird situation where Diana is able like to mess with Mastery. And if you want to help, boom, you're leaving a bad wave. So now it means that you understand that this is a bad wave, right?
Yeah.
So now every second you spend out of your lane, you're bleeding golden experience. And Kayle is getting golden experience. And Kayle, what does she want? She wants experience. She wants to get level 16 as fast as possible and be a monster, basically. Or at least level 11. So right now, by moving, you're forcing yourself to win that play, to at least kill the Diana or something. If you're not, if the play is even, which ends up being, like nothing is happening so it's even, well, you just lost. You just lost some gold and some experience. Okay, it's only 1 CS now. It's not much. And it's good that you realize that nothing was being played and you come back. But you see the general idea of like not moving on the timer or thinking prior to it. It's okay to move once you see Diana, okay, maybe we're gonna contest Herald and win the game. But you should have been thinking about that, like, when you see that Mastery is top and the wave is gonna push to her, basically. And then right now you should be thinking, okay, how do I fix this? Also, another thing that I didn't talk about, it's a really small thing, but it's a big thing. Like, if I see you doing it once, it means that you do it often on multiple games. Here, you're not gonna go for an all-in, right? You don't have your ult, there's a big wave, you don't know where Diana is.
Yeah.
So you want to sustain. Your goal is like just to farm and to be as high in HP as possible. Well, you should spam Q on CD. So you get hit by damage here. Boom. Press Q. And now we're going to see when you press your first Q. Because here you would actually get a second Q like soon. Like, you see how long you're not pressing Q? Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I'm trying to stack Fury so I get a better heal with Q.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something. It's actually really interesting because I used to do that, and then I got coached by Ranger, and I was telling him, but doesn't give you more HP if you just wait and then press Qs, and Ranger was like, no, you just spam it, and it just gives more HP because you have the base HP. And then you think about it for a second. Yeah, and I actually wrote it. We talked about spamming Q to get HP. So yeah, if you want HP, do not be Qs when you need on Tryndamere. It's always better than stacking Fury. I didn't think it was, and it's funny how like many Tryndamere players don't think it is, but it is, and it just makes sense when you think about it. Okay, so talked about this, talked about here like the wave, and now we go back to top. And now, yeah, we have the wave in the weird situation, and now because we didn't crash it when we could, and now we have another issue is that we're warding top. So now we saw Diana was topside, right? So remember how we didn't know when we were coming back on the wave, we didn't know where Diana is. And now we know that Diana is topside because we saw her here, and we actually moved for Diana. And now we see that Diana is going mid, and she killed mid, and you even pinged it. Where is Diana gonna go next?
Both side?
Yes. So why are we warding top? You say, because I have wards. Well, even if you have wards, well, you shouldn't ward if you don't need your wards, you know? Then I had my internet issue. So yeah, jungle tracking again. You could drop a ward on Herald maybe to make sure that she doesn't go and sneak Herald, but you're not at risk of being ganked by Diana. Like, Diana is not coming because she was top, then went mid. So then like her only option is bot. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense, yeah.
Okay, nice. So then my internet dropped, but I think you... Wait, is this the right one? I think you actually killed the Kayle again. Oh, that's not the right one. So you killed the Kayle again, and then you went and soloed Herald, which was a really good play. So it's good that I wasn't watching when you were doing good things. I know that you do good things also, don't worry about that. But of course it's better for me as a coach to be watching when you're doing bad things, you know. But okay, really good job. I think you killed, you probably killed Kayle again. Then she TP'd back to lane. Here, like, you could E instant, like you have E. So why wait to get in Blast Cone range? Maybe because you're concerned that she could get the Blast Cone after and follow you, but you would have created enough distance. So you actually gave her a bit of damage. It's not a big deal though. Okay, so now we're in this situation and you really want to base. Of course, you have a lot of gold. You have the fastback with the Herald. So you have a bit of time to actually crash the wave. She doesn't freeze it, good for you. And even if she froze it, it's fine. Like you cannot always do something about it. And now we're moving back top. Nice. The purchase, I wrote it also because it sounds like small things. But if you're doing it like once or twice during one game, it means like over 200 games or 100 games, you're doing it hundreds of times. And my point is the purchase should be done, like you should click first always to the edge of the fountain before you start your purchase. So you click first, you purchase, and then you move. Also, your Tryndamere, you have Qs, you have infinite sustain, so you don't have to have that much HP when you're leaving. So yeah, it could be done a bit faster. And even if here it will be like only 1 or 2 seconds, well, over like 100 games, it will be like 2 to 3 minutes. And it's a lot. It's a whole lot.
No, I actually don't do it often. I was just considering the item purchase because you said
because I'm coaching.
Yeah.
So okay, I just wanted to make sure that it was like not something that you do consistently.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, nice, perfect. Do you always put a point in ult or not?
No, actually, I don't. I put a point in ult only that, you know, I can do a lot more plays when my ult is more often up. So, you know, when I'm behind, I usually put a point in Q in ult because I will need it more because people are gonna want to kill me. Or if I'm very far ahead of someone, I will put a point in Q in ult because I just want to be able to make a lot more plays. So I like the cooldown of my ult being as much further down as it can.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. That's a really good way of thinking about it. So yeah, basically into Kale, like whenever like you want to diver on CD basically, but you're still gonna need your ult. So the more like one ult, one kill basically at that point. Even more with Gale Force, that's why again I would have went Gale Force, but still it still works with Kraken because you have an item lead. So here it's really good to put a point in ult. If you're playing like Rulebreaker and the speed push, like you don't need ult as much, so I don't think you should put one. If you're playing like a slow paced game, you shouldn't put a point in one, etc. So okay, it's really good that you have a reason to do it at least. You're level 11 to level 9 Kale. You have your flash. She doesn't have a ghost, so the worst she can have is like flash as well. Like you just kill her here.
Yeah.
You hit 2 autos on the turret to make sure that you start with a Kraken proc, and your first auto puts her to 1k HP already. Like yeah, like there's no question asked. You see the support, you see the mid and the jungle. The ADC is not gonna go over this dive. You just instant diver here. It's time to start like the snowball going, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it now, yeah.
Okay. But here we just hit a few autos. So now I said something. I didn't rate it though, I think. So you went here and went mid and put Herald mid. I like it and I don't like it. I like it for like it's always in league. Often you have different good plays for different reasons. I just want to make sure that we have the different reasons being like thought of, and again that you do things for a reason. That's the most important thing. So mid turret is the most important in the game, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So mid turret is the most important turret in the game. It opens up the map. It's also the fastest way to Nexus. So for that reason, I think that in general, Herald should be used for mid most of the time. Also, you don't need help to get that top turret. You're gonna get it eventually at some point because you're stomping so much. But you don't know that Ari can just get that mid turret with time. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to put Herald top because I had a lot of plays where against Kale, I just end up taking the first turret really fast into the game. But then what the Kale players do, they just sit under their second turret and they just power farm all the game because, you know, I can't just go top again because I'm overextended and everyone could come kill me. So I end up deciding not to give the first turret right away because I don't want the Kale to do this power farming and get level 16 eventually.
Okay, I get that. It's the same against Nasus, for example. Against Nasus, against Kayle, you don't want to take the turret too early. Most of the time, because then they can just sit at their T2 and just scale up and farm up for free. Okay, I get that. But this is true in games that are even or slow paced. Here, you're 12 and 3 already. You guys are stomping. These guys are dead. And I mean, you didn't know that when you started moving, by the way, so I'm not gonna take that into account. Now I'm just gonna suggest another play, and you tell me if it looks better. Since you already know that Diana was mid here, what about killing that Kayle, because we agreed that we can just kill that Kayle at that point, like it's no question asked. Killing that Kayle, getting the turret to 2 platings, putting Herald late, and then using Herald to get this turret and the T2.
Yeah.
Does it sound like doable? Does it sound impossible? Does it sound hard, easy?
I mean, if I would dive, okay, so if I would dive Kayle, what I would think is that I would probably waste my ult. Well, I would use my ult to get the kill, right? And then I would probably sustain a bit from the next wave or something, and I would put Herald down and get the turret. But the thing is that I didn't really know. I didn't really spectate the whole map to know if the jungle or mid is gonna die or not. So I feel like if I would put the Herald down and just push to tier 2, that would leave me, I guess, a bit vulnerable to like Diana or Katarina. But I didn't see that Diana was actually gonna die.
But my point is, like, if you saw the dive first, if you went for the dive first, by the time you would have dove Kayle, this guy would have been dead. And then you would have the information. I'm not saying that from the start you should plan on putting turret for... I mean, from the start, I think that as Tryndamere is really... it's a gold-hungry champion. He needs gold to function. You need to always spike and always be ahead. And also Kayle, she wants as much experience as possible. So by actually investing the Herald on yourself and diving the Kayle, you both deny Kayle the XP win condition, and you get yourself the gold win condition. And it's solo queue and you should invest on yourself, I think. So if top was not a guaranteed play and you're guaranteed to get a Herald mid, then really good. It's great. But I think that in a general way here, you have a free dive. You can keep stomping and snowballing on that kill. You have your Herald, which later can be used. Like you could even like not use the Herald right away and say I'm saving it for later. And even not for mid plates. You don't have to use it for mid plates. You have to use it mid. Why not? But you don't have to use it on mid plates, because mid plates you're gonna share them with Ari and Master Yi. When top plates you get them for yourself, you know, and they're gonna get plates by themselves, or maybe not. Like you don't care about that. You could still like go for the dive, get platings, press B, go mid, put Herald. And you still get the same amount of plates, you know? Or even at the end, even more for your team, but you wouldn't know that, so I'm not gonna take that into account. So does it make sense? What I'm calling?
I guess the thinking here is that I would rather not have all the gold on me. I would rather much like give my teammates some gold, so you know I don't have to have so much pressure that I have all the gold on my team. I should be the one making plays.
But I feel like it's not a good mentality for solo queue. Because you're in, okay, let's say you're getting coached, right? So most likely you're gonna get better. So you're getting better, you win more games. You win more games, you get more MMR, more elo. So you're not gonna play with these guys anymore. Like you're investing on guys that are on the elo that you don't want to stuck on. Like if they're here and they're probably stuck and they're probably gonna stay stuck. You're not. Don't invest on them. Invest on yourself. And plus, like, bro, it's solo queue. Like, you know, your internet connection is decent. Maybe this guy is gonna DC at some point. Maybe this guy is gonna start flaming this guy, and they're gonna start insulting each other. Maybe this guy is gonna like, bro, it's solo queue. Trust me, I've been playing like a lot of solo queue. I've been climbing to very high elo, and bro, even high elo, like you could ask Rocky King if he's still in the chat, like he played with Reckless and he got mad at Reckless because Reckless would get every single jungle camp. But why does Reckless do it? Reckless in solo queue, he mutes all minute 1, he gets as much resource as possible, he invests on himself. And when people ask him, why do you mute all, why do you do this, are you so selfish? And he says like, why not? And this is someone that has been playing Challenger since season 1. So after 13 years of experience, even at the highest level of play, he has like sometimes in his jungler is like the top jungler in EU West, he would still not invest on him because it's not him. So it's kind of like I think it's just a better mentality to have. And also I would agree that you invest on your teammates if you are playing Leona, if you are playing Blitzcrank, if you are playing Alistar, because you don't need gold to function. If you're playing Pike, but here you're playing Tryndamere, you need gold to function. You need to spike as hard as possible, as often as possible. So yeah, that's why I would like I mean you can trust me. I went on a fresh account. I went 19-1. I know how to win these games in this elo, and it's definitely not by investing on your teammates. like that's for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take my word for it. Okay, now we are back top, and I think there's something happens is that I think we're gonna see Diana again mid. Okay, so you see Diana mid, right? And now my point is you have a window to kill, but it's a short window. Diana is mid. Diana is still mid. So now, like, and you saw her going top. So even like if when you get ghost, you ghost instant and look for a kill, still there's a high chance that Diana will be like here right after. It's fine. We can keep that in mind, and then we can make different plays. Like you could look to just maybe ask for Yi for help, but the thing is Master Yi, that's what I call by jungler tracking. It's both junglers. Like Diana is top, but now look at Master Yi. Where is he gonna go on the map? Where does he want to be?
I think you're gonna pass back to bot.
Yes, he just take romp, and all of his camps are. He has 4 camps to farm to bot side. So you don't want to force your Master Yi to come top. So you should just consider that it's a 1v2 here, and it's very so. Considering it's a 1v2 or it's gonna be 1v2 soon, what would be your different options? What do you think?
Either have a big wave like the first time, or just wait for just slow push the wave. Wait for ghost, probably go in.
Okay. So here actually, like, for some reason, Kale is pushing the wave. She's hitting the wave. I have no idea why, but she's hitting it. So you can actually hold a freeze with these minions. You can like let her hit the wave, and these minions, if you like keep them here, it's gonna hold the freeze because it's gonna compensate for the fact that your wave is gonna hit first. That's why you need minions to hold the freeze. So actually, when you're here, that's where you need 4 minions, because your minion wave is gonna hit first early. When you're around here, you only need 3 enemy minions. Around like here, only 2. In the perfect middle, you need only 1. And then when it's on her side, if you have -1, it's still gonna push to you, -2, -3, etc. Like it works both ways. So we learned that from the session. So here we could like just wait and hold these minions and hold the freeze, for example, or we could still like look for a 1v2. So here, like, you didn't think that Diana was coming, because you tell me after when she comes. So if you don't think she's coming, you can actually ghost and kill her here. Because when you think about it, so what you tell me is that Kel slowed you, so you don't think you can go for the play. Well, the way I see it is the other way around. She used her slow, and she used her movement speed buff. So now what does she have? Nothing.
Oh, you mean like no abilities,
So now you just press ghost and look at your slow. At the end of your slow, you will just be like ghosting, and then you just get the kill. Plus you have Kraken Slayer and you start stacking it, so we get like the extra Kraken procs. Like you could have killed her if you ghosted. It's something that we often do like naturally. Like, for example, you're playing against a set, and then the set uses his abilities, and then you're low HP. And you're like, oh shit, he put me low HP, and then you don't fight, and then you wait for your abilities and you fight him again, but then he gets his abilities again. But it's important to keep in mind that, after using their ability, they don't have any, so if you have something, it's gonna make you like able to match them, because here you're gonna go again on her when she has a slow and a movement speed buff again.
Yeah, I get it,
Okay. Still, you're so strong, like you can 1v2, like you could know that you can 1v2, and it ends up being pretty easy. Now we're going. And here the issue is, I mean, I think you're gonna see it right away.
Yeah.
She ulted Diana.
Yeah.
You didn't even press ult yet.
Yeah.
And you have E and red
Okay.
trinket and the pink ward. Pink
I'm sorry,
ward.
your stream froze, but I understand what you were saying. That was pretty funny.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Stream froze, stream down. Is it back up? Bro, it keeps
Yeah,
happening.
it's back up. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So
You said something about pink ward?
yeah, I think here you should buy a red trinket and a pink ward.
Okay.
So the pink ward, of course, you have the gold for it. We're at 15 minutes. Like it's your duty as a player on the Rift to buy a pink ward if you have the gold for it, because it can help you like with so many things. And do you understand why a red trinket is important on Tryndamere or not? It took me a lot of time to understand that. It took me like years.
A red trinket.
Yes, like the oracle lens, like the
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I think it's viable. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why it's that much important than the yellow word, but
okay. Because you told me about the way you want to impact games. Like most of the time, you're gonna like push on a side lane and then rotate. Like as Tryndamere, you want flank positions. If you don't flank, you're like it's super hard to team fight. Here, plus you don't have that much CC in your team. I mean, there's Nico, there's the Nico engage, but other than the Nico engage and the Ari Storm, which might not hit, like you need to have a flank position. And the thing is, when you're flanking, most likely you're gonna move towards jungle.
Yeah, and they have wards in jungle. Yeah.
Yeah, and with red trinket, you like it's not even to clear the wards. It's even if you red trinket and you see that there's no wards, it's really good because that way you know that they did not see you, and you know for a fact that they did not see you. And also you can clear waves and clear wards, and also like Tryndamere is very mobile because of his E. He runs like really fast on the map, so you can actually cover a lot of distance with red trinket, and you can clear whole jungle side by yourself because you have a lot of attack speed, so you can like clear the wards really fast, and you have a lot of movement speed and like movement overall because of your E, so you can check like 3-4 bushes like pretty easily. And then you buy a pink ward to like use it as a yellow ward, or just to make sure again, if you have no more red trinket, to make sure that you are not seen and you can flank safely. It's really important on the champion. It's something that I still don't do enough, by the way.
What about what do you say about when you play the split push build and you just stick on the lane constantly? You know, Hullbreaker, Trinity Force. What about the blue ward while you're actually split pushing? You know, it can give you a bit more vision if you're suspecting that someone is coming towards you. You know, you can actually back away. Or would you still stick?
Yeah, I feel like the blue ward is good when you're split pushing, but it's good because it gives you vision from far away, and then you can like be safe, quote unquote. Like you can check like if the jungler is coming to you without putting yourself in a position to get damaged. But I feel like with Tryndamere, because you have your E, and because you have your ult, and because if I'm playing the split push build, I have like 3.5k HP, and like I'm not gonna get killed, so I'd rather have 2 wards plus like wards that stay, and they need like a red trinket. So it's actually good thinking. It's actually pretty smart, and I might do it if I'm facing something that can still like kill me, you know, that I don't want to face check. But here, because I have my W to face check bushes, because you know, like the W like lights up.
I know.
So you have the W to face check bushes. You have your E to get away. You have your ult. You have your ghost. You have so many things, and you're so tanky. I feel like I'm fine having like I'd rather have 2 wards that I can put on 2 different positions.
Yeah,
but that's a good way of thinking about it. Like that's the kind of thinking you need to do. It's really smart.
Okay.
Okay, here that's where I put like, you know what you did wrong. Like you actually say at that point, yeah, the game is over. I mean, first I consider that we should try to force ourselves as much as possible not to think this, because it might be true, it might be wrong, but it doesn't matter. It's over. It's not like you're still gonna need to play the game and play it good.
Yeah.
Every time. So the game is lost, the game is won, the game is over, the game is whatever. Not useful data. And most of the time when you do this, you stop, because you're thinking about how the game is over. You stop thinking about like how to actually make the game be over, and it makes you like overstay. It makes you do that kind of plays. It makes you play like a bit overconfident and makes you like give a big shutdown to their ADC, for example.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, for me the biggest mistake is that like you can go for this kind of plays, like you still cannot, like you did 1-for-1 under that turret, but not if you have a shutdown on you. Like when you have a shutdown, you need to be careful.
Yeah.
For those shutdowns, because still we said it from minute one, they have ways to come back. They have like big team fight opportunities with the Leona ult, Diana ult, and then these 3 guys DPSing if they have a 4v5 situation, and they have a win condition just with Kayle. Like Kayle can be super behind, it's still a Kayle, and she's gonna get level 11, and you know what level 16 Kayle can do.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so I really want to hear your opinion on the Herald one, the second Herald that I did.
okay, well, that's nice because I was gonna give you my opinion on the whole play. So at 17, I'm gonna tell you what I wrote, and then I'm gonna explain you what I wrote.
Okay.
I wrote wrong tempo or wrong reason to go top. Herald would be the good reason. The Drake is gone already. If he wants to pressure an objective, it should be Herald. Plus he's Storm Scale, so it's fine to face her. Okay. So at that moment, I ask you, where do you wanna go on the map and why? That's the question that I asked. I don't know if you still have the sounds. Okay, so where are you gonna... I mean, we remember what you said. So here you told me that someone is gonna face Kayle and you wanna push top because the objective on the map is Drake and you wanna apply pressure top for the Drake. The thing is, here, by the time you're top, I mean, in that particular situation, by the time you're top, the Drake is already dead, by the way. But even if when it spawns, if you show top at the moment where the Drake spawns, well, if enemy team went for the Drake, well, they won't have time to react to you. So yeah, maybe you get the free T2, but now your team has to play a 4v5. So the thing is, you want to pressure, like the best thing would be like starting a minute to a minute and a half before the objective spawns. That way you're sure that they're matching you. And then you can even decide if you're gonna like make them match you and then out-rotate because you're trained and you go faster than most of the champions on the map and out-rotate and go there, or just keep pushing and dive and kill and get the turret, or just ignore them and get the turret. That's why I like to go try for Soulbreaker in some matchups, just because I can ignore the champion and just take the turret. Like, and then you decide. But here, by the time you're gonna be top, the objective on the map is gonna be Herald, and it's not gonna be Drake anymore. And Drake will be done already. So if you want to, so you have two good options for two different reasons again. Good option one is going bot. This way you're positioning yourself already so your team can go top. So now your whole team can go top and play for Herald, and you're 1v1 bot side versus Kayle, and again you keep, like, you still shit on her, that doesn't change, and you just like hard win the game bot. If they come as 2, your team is free 4v3 on the map and they can just get Herald, and then with Herald we can actually stack Herald with next Nash and then end the game, etc. Or you just, if no one comes, you just kill the K and get the T2 and win the game from bots. Okay. Like, this is winning. Other good thing is, I want to take my responsibility. I will carry this game. I mean, even, yes, I know it's 21-6, but I will like be the one that's making us end the game. So I'm going top for Herald. So you did either the right thing for the wrong reasons or the wrong thing for the right reasons. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So the splitting would be bots, or the grouping would be top. Gonna ask, because also by doing this you're forcing someone to go bot, and now your whole bot lane is going bot, and now you guys are 3v4 on top side for the Herald. You see? Now you're forcing your bot lane to go bot when the objective is top, and that's not a good thing. Okay, I understand. Yeah. Okay, and now because all of this happened, also you decide to go for that Herald. still, we're gonna secure that herald. We're gonna get it. There's no problem. I think you should put a ward on it. You still have another ward. It's okay to put a ward behind it. Why not? I think you should put a ward on it and look for maybe a division, like a ward in that bush, for example. You still have your E. You're still like pretty fed. You can afford it, and you should just not go for it if mastery is not there. You have time to do it. You have a minute and a half to do it, to even start doing it, because you take in like 20 seconds. So you're not in a hurry, and actually the later the herald, the better. Do you understand why?
Wait, what? No.
Why it's better to take an herald at 19 minutes than at 16 minutes or 17 or 18?
I don't know.
Because if you take the herald, you're gonna keep it for 4 minutes. So if you take it at 19 minutes, well then, because you're so ahead in the game, by the way, if you get a Nash at like, let's say 22, you can still press B as a team, go mid with Nash buff, and then have both Herald and Nash buff at the same time, and then you end the game.
Okay, yeah.
So actually the second Herald, the later you get it, the better. That way you can either use it to open Nash for your team, so you take it, you put it bot, and then your team can do Nash, or you wait, or you just do Nash as a team, and then you put Herald for the final push. So that's why actually it's not that bad that Mastery is not there yet. It doesn't matter. Like, Diana cannot just go here and do the Herald, then you go and kill her. But here you did the worst thing possible is that you just put the Herald for Diana. And then it's not a 50-50 like she has made. So yeah, so you're denying your team 300 gold, you're giving them 300 gold, and you're denying your team all the pressure from Herald. You don't have to do this.
Yeah.
So better play could be just, you can put a ward on Herald, and then you can farm Gromp, Scuttle, and maybe go and look to kill Ezreal that was pushing top, or if he's not, you clear the top wave, and during that time Master would have come top. Because you took Gromp, he only has this to take, the wolves, and then he will come back to the wolves, and then you can go together. And then you have mid prio, top prio, Master E coming, all the camps taken, all the gold taken, you can take Herald, and then you can decide on your next play.
Okay, yeah. I did not think about that at all, no.
Yeah. Okay. So now we did that. And here, okay, another like kind of tempo play. So let's see. We have info on everyone. 1, 2, 3 bot, 2 deads. Okay. So
yeah,
the next person who can come is Katarina. They're backing, but it's gonna take them like still 5 seconds to back and then the time to come back. So here you have two options. Like, okay, looking at it now, what would you do in that situation?
Yeah, I would just straight up E into the turret because they're still recalling, and just like you said, they have at least another 5 seconds till the recall is over, and then they also need 10 seconds to walk to the lane, and by that time I would have taken the turret already.
Yes. So for me, you have different options. You have the gold for Navori. You are not forced, like you can base, because again, what's the next objective on the map? We need to keep thinking about it. It's Nash. You're TRYNDAMERE, you're a speed pusher and you're stomping your side lane. Where do you want to be on the Nash timer? Probably bot. Probably bot. So you could back, buy Navori, and go bot and defend that turret that Kelly is pushing. That would not be a bad play at all. That way when your team responds, everyone can play topside, and then you have the perfect setup for Nash. That could be an option. Other option would be going for that turret, so we need to start heading here, but now you keep in mind that Katarina can come in like 5 to 10 seconds, Diana will come in like 15 seconds, I mean when you start in the bush. Like now it's Katarina can come in like 5, Diana can come in like 12, and the rest of their bot lane can come in like at the same time as Diana. Like you're gonna have the timers on everyone. So you could hit that, but you shouldn't go crazy, because even if you're gonna see Katarina here and you 1v1 that Katarina, like here you could like straight up dive her, but it's not good, because now you would have Ezreal, Leona coming, Diana coming. So here you can deal some damage, and then you just E away. Good job. And then you press B and you buy your Navori and you go bot. We end up like baiting the Katarina. This happens, and then we give a kill, and then he comes like and then he dies as well. Like this is so unnecessary. And now look again, your bot lane is forced to go bot again, twice in a row, because you are not there where you're supposed to be, and now you're sending your bot lane twice bots on Hero timer then Nash timer. You see how you're deregulating the whole game by not being at the right time at the right spot? So that's going to be really important for me to late game. I keep thinking, where's the objective? Where do I want to be for that objective? And then just be there, you know? Later, I think it's really good because you're still stomping. At that point, as a team, even if you give them multiple opportunities. So because we stomp 5v5, you don't have to go for the split. Because if you go for the split, now you're putting your team at a risk of just like having KL TPing and then having to play a 4v5 situation. And even if they're giga ahead, they're not guaranteed to win a 4v5. So I think in games where you're super ahead like that, it's good to just like call to go Nash. And we just do Nash basically. Or we just go on Nash. Now, what I like is that you call it and you say it. You say, okay, well, now we should play for Nash as a team. They're fighting bots, so we look to help them. No. I don't think that's the plan. I think you had the right idea. I think if they're fighting bots, I mean, unless it's like really free and then you can go Nash. Like the bot fight is a bad idea from the start. Like if you want to fight top, because then after you can just go Nash. I think if my team would be fighting, I would even like maybe just be pushing mid and get the mid inhib, so I open up the Nash even easier. Or maybe like I would look, of course, to like any like obvious opportunity. But I would really not be happy about that. That's why I really like those pings. Those are really good pings. You ping Nash, it's the objective, we should play for it. They're hinting by going bots. My story, like everyone is hinting, like this is so gold. This is gold elo. Like you see 8 of the 10 players being bot side when the objective is Nash. Like that's so crazy to me. But that's why I really like your pings, by the way. Now your mission should be, I think, to first push out mid, and then we're gonna see what's happening. But yeah, getting that mid prio really important. Pinging that Nash, mwah, I love it. Great play, great League of Legends. Now something important. We don't want to 50-50 it. We need to use Nash as a magnet. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay, we have vision here, we have vision here. So we go on Nash. If they come to us, or we just fight them, we have this guy can go through walls, this guy can go through walls, these guys can flash if they want to. You can go through walls. You just win it. If they come to you, just fight them and win it. If they don't come to you, you just get Nash. That's it. That's simple.
Yeah.
And that's allowed because you have vision, because you have the position. Here, a really good play. We see Diana is trolling. She's pushing top. Well, now we kill Diana and we go on Nash. Really good. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's good League of Legends. Nice. So I have nothing to say on that sequence. And then again, so you see how you decide to go top to apply pressure on the Drake? Well, guess... So it works because Katarina died. If Katarina didn't die, now actually their team would have the position on the Drake. Like they don't have the, they see you now, but what if they committed already to go to the Drake, which they did because Katarina got caught? Well, now it's a 5v4 on Drake, and actually your team is a bit late. So you see, like, yes, you would then get like a free turret and maybe even T3, etc. But if you want to get Drake, that's not how you get Drake. You either go top earlier or you go to the fight, and you have flash, ghost, 2 items. So I think at that time, and you still win everything. At that time, it's just better to like group with your team. But yeah, if you want to split to get an objective to your team, do it prior to the objective. Really important. Okay, now we go and we dive instant that guy. Really good. Oh, by the way, you got lucky here. Maybe you will see what you get. She's not coming top. Okay. Now we kill. Where's Katarina now? We still don't know, right?
No.
Where is she? So yeah, you're staying with like very low HP against a Katarina,
Yeah,
which is an assassin, for
yeah,
a
yeah.
pretty long time. So I would just wait to make sure that she, and you E in. Like she
That's
could be
good.
just standing here and then she just Q is and then she gets the shutdown because you probably have a shutdown. So you got lucky because what Katarina actually did is she went bot to look for a fight, then she realized that the fight was lost. She pressed B again and then she went top. But you don't know that. You're not omnipotent or omniscient. Like you don't know that this happened. You just reacted to her coming late. So yeah, it's important to stay aware of who's alive and their timers, of course. And now, I mean, I could put it again, but you know what you did wrong. Like you have your ult in 10
Yeah.
seconds.
And I
There,
didn't wait. I just went in because I was being greedy.
yeah. So here, the thing
I
is,
could have ended the game here. If I had ult, I could kill him, and then I could have ended the game.
yeah, and you're gonna have it in 4 seconds. So you could
Yeah.
just chill a bit. But yeah, you know what you did wrong. That's why I'm not gonna
Oh.
talk too much about it.
Oh wow.
Um, but I mean, at some point, it's gonna lose you a very important game, and then you're gonna stop doing it. Like for me, it's what happened. Like in the past, I would go for these skills, for the crazy plays, for whatever, and then I lost a game that really like got to me, and I got very emotional about it. And then it's been like
Oh.
2 years that people know me on the stream. Like I just go for Nexus whenever I can go for Nexus. I just go for Nexus, and that's why even of that last play. So regarding the items, you understand what I meant regarding the items. Like I don't care what you build as long as you have a reason for it. Like for example, here for me, next thing you wanna hit is Nexus, basically. Like you're trained and you have your ult, and that's why I would actually maybe even sell my Navori and then buy Kraken Triforce if I have the gold for it. I think you would have, yeah, I would say the other, like this, I don't know what it's called, this Navari, and then I go Kraken Triforce, and this way I know that I can just end the game basically by myself. It's not consistent though, because if it doesn't work, then you're fucked, but if I was smurfing, I would probably do that. But you understand that at least I have a about the items. I just want you guys to have a reason to build whatever you're building. And yeah, and the last thing will be like, yeah, for me personally, that play, I would be completely like ignoring the play, going around it and using my Nico engage to go this way around it and just hit the Nexus. I know some it's very like, some people say it's a pussy gameplay, some people say I'm not playing League, some people say like they can say whatever they want. I'm breaking Nexuses, so it's all that matters to me. So I don't want to tell you should break, because it's not even what pro players will do. Like a pro team would say, well, we win this fight hard even if we're 4v5, so we should just play the fight and kill them and then finish the game. But it's solo queue, and I would be like, yeah, these clicks wouldn't be this way. I would just start hitting the Nexus.
So I was thinking there that okay, I bought a lot of items, so I have a lot of damage. I didn't buy the Hullbreaker or the Trinity Force. So what I can at least do is actually do damage on the enemy. So you know, if how Nico committed in that fight right now, it was just so easy not to fight. Like you know.
Yeah. So I mean, both. I'm just telling you what. Yeah, I'm seeing and what I would have done. But I respect the hustle. I respect the fighting, etc. Just yeah, maybe someday it's gonna cost you, and then you're gonna like, okay, I'm gonna hit Nexus now because you have the champ for it. Like you have an ult that seems so unfair, bro. Like to hit a Nexus, and they're just like trying to get you, and then you just get it, you know. But
yeah.
If you recognize that the fight is like one, you should go for the fight. That's for sure. Okay, well, I think that's it for the review. Did that bring any question? Do you have any question regarding the game or regarding like League of Legends in general or TRYNDAMERE? Like it's the moment. If you have any question, please let me know.
Okay, so just straight off the top, the only question that comes to mind is, okay, I see that I play against Kale and I have little tempo and everything, okay? But it turns out that the matchup doesn't go so as well as planned as it goes for me, okay? and
Okay.
I'm not too far ahead of everybody, and I don't have a lot of gold for items and etc. etc. What would be the point of the game that I would just straight up have to do to not be a minion around the map? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
what would be the option? Because now like you said, we stomped the Kale, but it could have ended very differently. You know how
Yes.
If Diana focused a bit of on top, and she let her get a freeze maybe, and Master Yi didn't help me because he didn't focus on top that much, and he focused on bot lane. What would be the play there? Like, would you? Because I don't have grasp or anything. Would you still consider going Hullbreaker, Trinity Force, and just only going for objectives, never going in a team fight, or what?
So you have to think about it. Let's say you're behind in like you. Let's say you're 2k gold behind on the kill. So
Yeah,
so she has more items and she has more team fight. Like she has more a lot of things. But what you need to keep thinking about is what do you have for yourself that's better than
that's
her, even if she has 2k more items. Let's think about it. What does Tryndamere, like one item Tryndamere has that 2 item scale doesn't have?
like the resistances from Hullbreaker.
Like I'm talking about Tryndamere as a champion. Like let's not
Okay,
even talk about items. Like she has two
like
items, you have one. Let's say you have Kraken and she has
yeah,
whatever she's building.
I have my E, which is a gap closer, and my ultimate, which I just don't die.
Okay. I will tell you the answer that I'm thinking of. You have superior mobility on the map. You can go
Yeah.
through walls and she cannot. So it's you don't go that much faster than her because she has her W to MS buff herself, but you still move faster on the map. Okay, that's one thing. You have a ghost and she has a TP. Even if she has like more items, you have a ghost and she has a TP. Okay, interesting. So she has a TP which is better than you, but you have a ghost which is better than her. Let's keep that in mind. And you have a
Yeah.
5 seconds ult where she has a 2.5 seconds ult. The thing is, Kelly is one of these champions that even if she's giga fed, she's all about the damage that she deals. She's not tanky. She has damage, a lot of damage, and then she has a 2.5 seconds ult duration.
Mhm.
What you have is a lot of damage as Tryndamere, or like damage. It's all that you have. Your kit is all about damage. You have a ghost to stick on her, and you have an ult that lasts for longer than her ult. So actually, in this particular matchup, and then I will answer for the general idea, like if it was another matchup, etc. For this particular matchup, even if you fall behind, you can still kill the kill. You can still that's why again, like that's why into kill I'm going Gale Force whenever I can afford to, because it helps you like to make sure that you stick on her, and gives you that extra damage at the end. So even one item Tryndamere can be 2 item scale if you're able like to get on top of her, and yeah, that you don't care about her damage. You have an ult and she has no tankiness, so you can make her use ult pretty quickly, etc. Another thing, I'm talking about the superior mobility. So one thing that you can do is like push a side lane, so she would have to match you, and then you out rotate. You go to your team. Now let's imagine, so you push a side lane, you rotate, and then she TPs to match you. Okay, well maybe if you win the fight, well you win the fight. If you lose the fight, you go back on side lane, you bring her on side lane, you out rotate, and now you have a 5v4 for your team. And it's only a small window. It's a 15 to 20 seconds window. But that's like you fell behind. Like of course you're not gonna have a minute window. You're not like it's not gonna be easy. But that could be another way of winning it. And I mean that's pretty much it. Of course, like it's normal that the more behind you are, the less solutions you have to function in your game. But I feel like if I was facing a Darius, if I was facing a Fiora, something like that, Fiora is a good example, because even if you go Hullbreaker into Fiora, like she doesn't care. She does true damage. She's gonna shit on you. Well, then what I would do is same, probably like whenever she's not on the lane, first try to bring her outside and look to out rotate. And if I'm getting pushed in, I just buy a Tiamat. I really like Tiamat when you're behind, because when you're behind, like as long as they don't get anything, like you're winning. If they have a 5 kills Darius and you're 5 death Tryndamere, but the Darius just like pushing waves and you're just clearing waves, well, you're having the same impact as him, so you're having a better impact because you're having the same impact with less resources. So you're actually winning, you know. So
Yeah, I get it.
so if you're getting pushed in, I really like Tiamat and I really like Hydra. Sometimes where I like completely into my game and 0 and 7, I just play the boss playstyle. I would go like Hydra and I would just proxy waves, for example. And you can just proxy, you know. And you one shot waves and then you hide and then you try to be a pain in the ass, etc. So you have ways to be useful as Tryndamere. It's not the most fun, but yeah, I don't know if it answers your question, but I feel like those would be my
Yeah, it
answer.
does. It does actually. So you wouldn't really go for the Hullbreaker build though.
I mean, the thing is, I never really go with Hole Breaker if I didn't decide to go Hole Breaker minute 1, you know.
Okay, so
Uh,
it only from Chump Select you decide that.
yeah, like most of the time, if I have Hole Breaker, it's because I have Demolish and because like I know that I have a good Hole Breaker angle. But what I could go is Hydra because it allows me to clear the waves real quick.
Okay, okay, okay.
And yeah, maybe Hole Breaker, but no, it doesn't happen that much that I decide like after the game started.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That
Do you
was
have
really
any more
helpful.
question? Anything you want to talk about?
That was really helpful, and you know, a lot of players from my elo, they don't necessarily go back and watch the VODs and take notes and everything, but that was really helpful because you know, in game you can understand some mistakes, but if you watch the VOD and you take notes, then you can actually see, you know what, I could have done a completely different play and I could have had a much better outcome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, completely. And also, it's something that, I mean, it's the thing is about watching the VODs like by yourself. It's pretty hard because most of the mistakes you don't know that there are mistakes, and that's difficult. Like not to have some like because I'm able to tell you this was a mistake and to explain it to you, and of course it helps. I got to the point where like I'm pretty glad that I got to that point where I can like actually fully review my games. And that's what I've been doing recently. Like I'm reviewing 100 games in a row, so it's like a never-ending process of just learning the game, you know. But you can still like, even if you don't review the whole game, just you can look back at only, for example, your death. You look at your death, and then you ask yourself, why did I die? Because most of the time, dying is a mistake, you know. So you can look at
Yeah.
your death. You can just look at, okay, well, let's look at every objective in the game. Where was I? Did I impact for the objective? Did I not impact for the objective, etc.? And go with simple things, and I think it could be good enough. Or just look at your waves. Okay, did I have 10 CS per minute? No. Was it because I missed CS because I missed my clicks, or was it because I was not there for multiple waves? And for what reason? So I think it could be interesting, like to keep like the learning process on your side and spending a bit of time or just observing, watching like streams. I mean, of course I could say watch my stream, but watch any like player stream and ask yourself, press pause and be like, okay, what would I do here? And then you look at what he does and you're like, okay, so why did he do that? Why did I want to do that? Sometimes the streamer is going to make a mistake also. Like it's not, that's why I try to say, like every time I think I make a mistake or not, I try to say it. So some people are not like, oh, I should have done that. He's right. And when I just messed up, you know. But yeah, there's many things you can do to keep like improving on your side.
All right, great. Thank you a lot, dude. That has been very fun.
Okay,
Thank you for the
awesome.
opportunity.
Well, TK, I just have like I'm gonna just hold you for like 2 minutes, 2 more minutes to kind of
Okay.
conclude my coachings because of course I'm coaching you guys. I'm trying to make you better, but also like I'm coaching and I'm trying to be a better coach. So if you could tell me from the top of your head, like the things that I've been doing right during that session, so I can just keep doing those with like following students. But also if I've been doing anything wrong, I mean, other like I'm gonna write internet connection because I need to fix that. But anything that I've been doing wrong or could be done better, please let me know so I can fix it as well.
Not wrong, but I do have one comment towards your coaching. I must say you have a really detailed description of the things that I did wrong. You explained jungle tracking really well, and I didn't really know much about that because I don't necessarily play jungle, and you know it must be in my elo, of course, junglers, we always blame the jungler, but oh, jungle, I got ganked, you don't come to me, you don't gank me. But actually, it's really nice to actually have the opportunity to see that no, it's not the jungler's fault, it's your fault because you don't track the jungler, because you don't know where he is or where he should go now. So that
Mm-hmm.
was a very detailed description. I really like that. Also about the wave management, I really I really got a very good insight on the wave management, and I learned a lot of things that I didn't know, dude. I'm just gonna be straight up.
Okay, awesome. That's awesome. Thank you
So
so much.
so yeah,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the VOD after the where you took little notes of every minute that you found that you had something
Mm.
to say about that. I really like that.
Okay. Well, I can send you those. Of course, like, I'm gonna. I mean, it's gonna be a bit painful because it's on three replays, three different replays. But I'm gonna post the coaching to YouTube so you can have it and look back at it whenever you want.
All right.
I don't think like I used to put timestamps, so whenever I'm talking about something, but here if I'm gonna do
Yeah.
35 coachings in a row, doing the timestamps of 35 coaching is gonna take forever. So I might not
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it right now, but maybe later. But anyway, you've unlocked also something, TK. You've unlocked the fact that you can, of course, like you can ask me anything on stream and I will answer, but you can also ask me on Discord if you have any questions, if you have a play you want to discuss, a build, etc. I will try to stay active on Discord and to answer those. So yeah, feel free to
All
ask
right.
anything. And yeah, of course, like as I said, like I have a secret agenda with it, but it doesn't like I shouldn't even talk about it because you already followed and you already subbed, and it means so much. So thank you so much, bro, for the support already. Before I even gave you the coaching, by the way, it
No
means a
problem.
lot. I'm gonna drop the link tree. So if you want to like follow on YouTube, I'm trying to post every day, etc. And also the link tree of the company. I mean, we're not really being active on it because, yeah, of course, I'm trying to be professional regarding my coachings. And there's also one very, very last thing that I wanted to ask,
Hmm.
and it's gonna be very important because I'm kind of benchmarking, for my business. And what do you think would be a fair price for this kind of sessions? If you have any idea, like if you don't know anything about like the like,
I think it
coaching
honestly
market.
depends on the elo that you're coaching, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, okay, let's say for example you're coaching someone in bronze elo, right? You're gonna have so many notes that you're gonna have to say. So I don't know. It depends on the elo, depends on the player. I would say just like a decent price. I would really put like around maybe 15 euros a game. 10 to
Mm.
15 euros a game. I would find that reasonable because you get a lot of insight, you get a lot of comments on the way you play. So I would base it at that, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I will take all the suggestion and then I will try to adapt my prices depending of like what people think would be actually a fair price. I think that's a good way of doing it. Okay, amazing. Well, that was all for me. I think, TK, I got all that I needed and wanted. Hopefully, same for you.
Yeah, I did, dude.
Um,
Thank you very much
yeah,
for the
amazing.
opportunity.
Okay, well, you have a great one, TK. Good luck and have fun for your games and for your life as well, of course. And I will see you
Thank
next
you.
time.
You too. Thank you. See
Thank you,
ya.
bro. See ya. Bye bye.